He's like love, 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 and music. La la la, love, 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 and music.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jay Lee. This is Jay Lee's Corner, and this is a special little video because I watched finally. I hope everyone had a good day today. It is currently Thursday. Evenings around 10:30. But yeah, I watched finally the interview with Skye's son. I watched the interview that Cesar did on the Breakfast Club. I watched the interview that Dutchess did on the Breakfast Club. And I just had some thoughts. So I didn't want to do it on the actual Black Ink Crew review because that's the actual episode. And not just, I just want to get it all out, say it, and leave it alone so that, it's not a lot of... Because people say, oh, you should watch the interview. And I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to watch it. It is what it is. So I watched it. And this is going to be like Cesar, Skye versus Dutchess versus America. Okay, it's a whole bunch of stuff going on. It's very crazy. This is what I have to say. I'm gonna start with the interview that Skye's son did at Dutchess's shop with a horrible interviewer. Okay, the boy is hurt. Let's call it, he's hurt. Not only is he hurt, you can tell people have been telling him things about his mother, which made him still feel a certain kind of way. You can see that his father is also in his ear, and his father not shit either. The interview, the father was talking as if he's always been in this boy's life, and he was like blaming Skye. It was weird to me. I think what kind of made me mad too was the interviewer kept saying, I was a young mother too, but you weren't advocating for a young mother. Just because you kept your children doesn't mean that other young mothers, black, white, or indifferent, who did not keep theirs, are bad people. I got the feel of the interview on the aspect of Skye giving the kids up. They made it seem as if she shouldn't have did that. She didn't have no reason to. Y'all wasn't in that lady's shoes, okay? And what's the most fucked up is the father wasn't there. I mean, one thing he said when him and Skye met, Skye told him she was 16, he was 17. However, Skye was 14. So my thing is, you knocked up a child. Okay, let's call a spade a spade. So it feel like he trying to take all the blame off himself, saying, I was young. Bitch, she was younger than you. So if you were 18 and your family moved you out of the state, she still was 14, 15 years old. She was a full-fledged child. She was not an adult. And even when she eventually gave the children up, she was still like 19. That girl ain't had no stable environment. Her mother was a manic, depressive, bipolar person who was never on her medication. Y'all don't know how hard that girl had to live. And then the father was saying stuff like, well, she didn't give them up when they were babies. Skye said there was like 3 or 4. He said it was like 5 or 6. Look, she still had them kids from town when she was 14 years old until she was around 19 years old. That's fucking difficult. You know what I'm saying? That's difficult. And no one should make a mother feel bad about trying to give her children a better life that she couldn't do herself. And my thing is, he was saying, I was out of state, but I was still sending her money. Sometimes money ain't what a person needs to help raise children. You know how hard it is to raise kids? Dog, to raise a whole person? You know what I'm saying? And not only to raise a whole person, you still trying to raise yourself. Because you had the kids and you was a kid to damn self. So, I mean, it pissed me off the thing that he was saying, about her as if, and then I was mad because, I moved out of state in February. I came back. in August and she was pregnant. She was like 8-9 months pregnant. Well, you left, okay? And you can tell she was a fast girl because she was pregnant at 14. Let's be honest. And she got pregnant again. So, and he kept saying, they're not twins. You know what I'm saying? I'm one of her child's father. People know that sometimes when a person gets pregnant within the same year, they call the kids twins. Because the kids are going to be born in the same year. The kids 16 months apart. Like, me and my sister are about 16, 17 months apart. So, like, I'm, about to be 36. She's 37. So, for a little bit of time, we'll be, like, 1 year apart. But when kids are typically born within the same... When a person's typically pregnant within the same year of having a kid, it's a joke thing saying, "Oh, girl, you got twins," because they're gonna be so close in age. And I mean, they trying to bring up everything Skye has said over the 6 seasons she's been on the show, as if her whole storyline has been her kids being adopted. Skye didn't bring up her kids being adopted until like season 4. The first few seasons Skye was on the show, we had no idea Skye had kids. That's why when she brought up she had kids, everyone was like, "What? You got 2 kids?" That girl storyline with her kids, she finally brought it up because she probably was finally in a space to where she felt comfortable speaking about it. And now you can see why she probably didn't want to bring it up in the first place, because when she did, now that she has brought it up and it is a part of her storyline, now people is acting like, "Oh my God, she gave her kids up for adoption. Oh my God, was it really an adoption? Oh my God, the kids," that y'all trying to poke holes in the story that we know is true. Because the truth of the matter is, Skye had kids young. She could not take care of them. And someone else has her children. Now, they kept on saying, well, it's a thing where she didn't really give them up for adoption. She lost custody. Skye herself, when she was talking to her mother in the last episode, she said, when my kids were actually adopted, I was in jail. Meaning, I kept going to jail. I lost custody of my kids to my mother. My mother took my kids. And then while I was in jail, my mother... basically gave my kids up for adoption herself. So that's what kind of makes me pissed off at the interview, because they kept trying to like poke the finger at her and act like she's that man got a kid pregnant and then got mad that another person got her pregnant, and he went on about his life. Because my thing is, he kept on saying, well, she didn't have to give up for adoption. Well, if your ass was in the kid's life, if you was actually an active father, you could have took the kids yourself. There's a reason why you didn't have the kids either. And that's something that people are not even addressing. In order for a person to adopt a child, usually both parents have to sign off on something. Typically. Now, if that's the reason they're saying that the adoption was illegal, was because he never signed anything, okay, I can get that. But the fact of the matter is, for years, he was in the system, not only because his mother gave him up, but because your ass wasn't there either. And it's just stupid how he's trying to act like, I'm a great father. I tried to be there. She gave him up, and it ain't on me. I was in the streets. I was trying to sell drugs. I was trying to do all the stuff to make ends meet. I was in Job Corps, and the only way I figured out that she didn't have the kids was because I was trying to send money from Job Corps, and they wouldn't let me send it because she didn't have the kids or something like that. And, he was saying how he would call her and ask to see or talk to the kid, and she was always having an excuse of where the kid was. Okay, if she did that, that's wrong on her part. However, you as a parent, how is it that you saying that it took you 5 years that you didn't talk to or see your own child for 5 years? You know what I'm saying? Is when she finally told you. Said I guess she gave up custody in like 2003, and in 2009 is when she told him, well, actually, no, I gave the kids up for adoption. So where the fuck was your ass all them years, homie? If you such a good father, if you was in his life, where were you this whole time? And I'm over people trying to blame a parent who was forced to make an adult decision as a child. And people say, well, you have a baby, you have to grow up and be, not when you have a baby at 14. Not, you know what I'm saying? I'm 35 years old. I could not imagine having a kid at 14 and having to make decisions like that. And anyone who has not walked in those shoes shouldn't be the one saying what somebody could, should, or wouldn't do. So why y'all judging her? The thing of the matter is, we know someone else got the kids. We know that. But why make it seem as if she lying about her kid? Like, we know the kid's gone. Like, it's crazy. And, you know, Dutchess ain't shit for having an interview in her shop. When I watched the interview, I was happy that, like, Dutchess wasn't sitting there. They kept trying to have the pretty unique sign that they were sitting at, which to me, dumb, you just shouldn't have sat there. You know, the interviewer was at one point crying, I'm so sad, like crying, like, girl, you can't be in your feelings. No, I was just outdone. And, you know, talking to her son, I'm not gonna touch on him too much because he's, you know, a kid. He is clearly hurt. Period. He's hurt. 2, he's been through the system, so he's all fucked up in the first place, period. And when the interview was done 4 months ago, he said that he had only been out of jail for 1 month. And he had been in and out of jail over the years. And my thing is, how can you blame Skye? Skye been in and out of jail. Her mama had been in and out of stuff, dealing with her situation. The daddy was out of state selling drugs. This is more than Skye's fault, okay? But the thing is, she tried to do what was best for the kids and give them up for adoption. So I think they need to leave her alone. The boy is hurt more than anything else. You know, he was saying how, you know, it's hard for me, you know, seeing my mama on TV. But my thing is, I wonder, when did they know that was their mama? You know what I'm saying? Because he was saying, like, if I'm watching TV and I can't really watch the show because I might see my mama's ass or her titties. That's true. I do think, you know, when you are a parent of whatever, you might not want, you should think of what your kids see. You know what I'm saying? Before you do certain things. But however, Skye is Skye. Skye is crazy. Skye is erratic. She do crazy shit. She ain't always my cup of tea either. Sometimes she's loud and crude or whatever. But I think we have to separate TV Skye from the Skye who she's trying to be. You know what I'm saying? And she's trying to get back in what's good with her kids. We can't try to tear her down for a decision she made, you know, 10, 12 years ago. That's crazy to even do that. And then, what else were they talking about? You know, because even the son was saying how, you know, y'all don't want to hear how I feel about her. You know, I feel like I can't believe she be fighting on TV. You know, I think that's not the right thing to do. And then the father saying, like, yeah, you know, I think it's, you know, that's not who wants to see somebody fight on TV. Man, look. The interview, you can tell the son has been told things from other people. Point blank, period. He said that someone told him, his mama said, if my son is a pedophile or something like that, I don't want to deal with him. And he like, no, she said that, then fuck her too. I mean, this is my thing. People don't have time for pedophiles. It's point blank, period. You know what I'm saying? Let's call a spade. But you don't know if she said that in real life. You going off of what someone told you. And then, you know, he sound like, well, her being on TV, you know, I think of her on TV as, you know, oh, that's what you're willing to do to be famous. Again, I feel like people is in that boy's ear telling him stuff. I feel like he is very hurt. I feel like he does not know how to feel as a kid who was giving up for whatever the reasons may be. You know, he did say, like, what if I did at one point think, you know, why didn't she love me? Am I ugly? You know, different things that kids think. And, you know, why didn't she come back to me sooner? You know, she never sent me when I was in prison. I don't think the fact that Skye didn't reach out sooner means that she don't love her kids any less. I feel like when you give your kids up for adoption, it's already hard. And as we see, the way he feels is what she was scared of. As a parent, you be terrified of, how is my kid gonna think of me? Are they gonna hate me? Are they gonna love me? You know what? And that creates a fear in the parent. You know what I'm saying? And it took her some time to get over that fear and say, you know what? I want to see my sons. You know, they are both, you know, at least 18 now, and I want to talk to them. So it's a hard thing of, you want to understand the child's point of view of how he feels alone, abandoned, ignored, not special. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, remember how hard the parent decision had to be, because she made that decision when she was 18, 19 years old. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy. So, you know, we know that he's gonna be on the episode, so I want to see that. I was pissed that the interviewer kept saying stuff like, you know, yeah, his father was featured on the show. He was on there for one episode when he went on there and apologized to Skye for not being there. Let's not make it seem as if he was a member of the Black Ink crew TV show. He was on there for an episode. And the bad part about it is the one episode that he was on there, they was cool. Like, it was no issues. So my thing is, you gonna wait 4 seasons later or 3 seasons later and then be like, well, she should have did this and adoption wasn't legal and, you know, she was lying to me about that. Why don't you do all that on the show? Right. It was a full ass mess. You know, Cesar did his interview on the Breakfast Club. Basically, just saying the Dutchess was crazy. Let's be honest. It was just saying Dutchess is crazy. How, you know, she was manipulating him for so long and he was happy to be over it or whatever. Let's get more to Dutchess's interview, which pissed me off more than anything else. Simply because Dutchess was on Black Ink Crew for 5 seasons. 5 seasons. And she waits until the season she's no longer on the show to say how fake the show is, you know, how VH1 or the production company was trying to pressure her to set a wedding date with her and C's, you know, how they came up with all this drama and they created a lot of stuff going on. You know, and people saying, oh, she had receipts. She came with receipts. Not really. I mean, this is what she came with. She said, because Charlamagne asked, you know, he said that those coochie pictures in his phone on his computer, he don't know where they came from. So Charlamagne said, if you're saying that VH1 or the production company itself, if they make these fake stories, if they make up drama, how do you know that they didn't put those pictures on his computer? She then had her lease. He said, look at the address on that lease. I'm pretty sure if you look it up, you can see that, you know, VH1 or whatever, you know, they don't have no contract to do with for a shooting location at our address because I wouldn't let them come to the house. She said, because whenever, like maybe a couple seasons ago, they was shooting at the house and they showed like an air mattress and insinuated that C's and Dutchess was sleeping on the air mattress. Not that it was really that C's had family in town and so they slept on an air mattress. She said, so from there, you know, I would never let them shoot in our own house. She then said any scenes or any house scenes you see, they are all Airbnbs. No one lives in these locations that they show us living in. And this is my thing. You know, I feel like when you on a show for 5 seasons, you never say not one bad thing about that show. When you come off the show and you say, you know what, the whole show fake, you trying to say the whole show fake so people won't watch. You want to ruin the show. It's my personal opinion. Do we think everything that happened on Black Ink Crew is 100% true? No, we're not stupid. We know some things do happen that may not be 100% accurate, but you can't sit up here and tell me that you, because my thing is for you to act like it's, oh, the show's so fake, then bitch, you fake too, because you was on the show for 5 seasons, okay? You were on the show for 5 seasons, you played along with all the fake scenes, so don't act like now, oh, the show fake, don't believe it, and act like you was just an innocent pawn in that game. You played the game for 5 seasons, so let's not act like that's, you know, it is what it is. And, you know, it was just fuckery and bullshit. And then even when she went through saying how, you know, people said how I was wrong for having Skye son and my thing, you know, he came out his own and, you know, I didn't get paid to do that interview, you know, it wasn't on me. And she said how she lost, how she gave him up for adoption. That ain't what happened. She lost. My thing is, Dutchess, bitch, you did not know Skye at all when anything that happened in her life happened. So how can you then come up and say this is the truth of what happened? Because you're hearing stuff from a kid who's 18 who wasn't even old enough to know what was going on, for one, and then a baby daddy who wasn't around either. So why are you speaking on it? The reason Dutchess did her interview, and I pray that she don't do no more interviews, as I said in my review yesterday, she need to go ahead on and have her tattoo shop and be as successful as she wants to be. But she keep doing shows because she is mad that she not on the show anymore. I think it's that simple. Do I think VH1 played a part in some of the bullshit that's been happening? Absolutely. I'm not an idiot. However, Dutchess trying to point the finger at everyone else except herself. People saying, you know, because I'm not going after him for half. You was on the season last year, and you were talking to your people, and they said you should get half, and you entertained the thought. And, you know, for you to say, you know, in order for me to get half, we have to be married. That's not true. In business, if you can prove that I helped you build your brand and I am entitled to a part of that brand, you can get a percentage of that brand. Again, Dutchess tries to bait and switch. She'll say one thing, switch the topic of conversation to something different, and then make people believe she said something. She is absolutely a manipulator. She truly, truly is. And the bad part about it is she's so fucking talented. You know what I'm saying? Tattoo-wise. Go do your thing, mama. Leave black ink alone. Go away. It's dumb. I do feel like when Skye catch you, she gonna beat your ass. I do feel like that. Or it's gonna at least be a fight. You know, when Charlamagne asked her, like, what you gonna do when you catch this fade? She said, you know, I'm too old. I don't be fighting. I don't fight. You can't bring someone's kid into your issues with someone, even if said kid is 19 years old, and expect that mama not to fuck you up. And that's just me. And I don't even, you know me, I don't even like violence. I'm not a violent person. You know, I'm cool, chill, or whatever. But you brought her son into the situation. Even if he wanted to do the interview, which people say, what if he was the one who wanted to do it? That's cool. Dutchess didn't have to participate in it. The fact that she did participate in it shows that she wanted to be in the mix of some bullshit. And my thing is, if you are over a situation, if you want to be done with Black Ink, and you have moved on, you don't care about them, you don't care about Cesar, you gave his ring back, you know, you all fuck Black Ink, you would not be doing anything that ties you to the people of Black Ink. Because you over it. You're over it. When you are over something, you don't talk to them anymore. You just leave it be. But you, as well as Skye, as well as Cesar, y'all all are talking about each other. I get it's the beginning of the season, so things are going to come up, but eventually everyone need to let it go. Cesar need to worry about his goddamn dick not being covered when he get head. He need to calm his ass down. Skye need to work on her relationship with her kids, and Dutchess need to stay in North Carolina, get her paper, have her tattoo shop, and be whatever it is. Skye baby daddy of Genesis, the older son, he ain't shit. He need to go sit his ass down somewhere too, because I feel like, again, he wants to be on the show. Point blank, period. I don't care. So I just want to get all that out because, you know, that's all I had to say about it. So now I will only have comments for whatever is on the episode. So I am Jay Lee. These is my thoughts on the whole Dutchess, Skye, Cesar, baby daddy interview, all that mess. And hope you guys enjoyed. Peace.